And welcome, fellow sovereigns. And I had a short conversation with a young man down in Mullumbimby, which is about an hour and a bit south of here, on Sunday. And so it was a large gathering, large group of people, and he stepped out and started telling us what a terrible thing that everything except cash was. That one should have a cash only society and all the rest of it. And I didn't necessarily agree or disagree, but the thing that came out was that he was so proud that he had not had a bank account for the last 10 years. I think he was probably in his early 30s, looking very ragged, holes in his jumper and woolen hat and everything, and unshaven. And he was going on about how terrible everybody else was because they were using everything else that wasn't cash, credit cards and whatever. And he was proud of the fact that he had got himself locked up in jail because was objecting to the system, and the system was getting him down. And that's the bit that I kind of hooked onto, I guess. He was blaming the system and everybody else and politicians and business people and other ignorant people who didn't know better. Why don't they do what I'm doing and I know what I'm doing? He pretty well set out to insult everybody. And I just kind of said to him, I don't know if you realize, but it's not generally a good idea to go around insulting people. And it's no wonder people have pushed you aside and things haven't happened, because he was kind of implying that the world had got to him and that's why he was like bad things had happened. And I suggested to him that the world doesn't happen to him. He happens to it. But he had perceived that the world was happening to him and the world was creating him, i.e. he was in victim mode. So a victim is someone where life happens to you. The opposite is a creator, where life happens for you. And it's quite a switch. And he hadn't got it. And it was just a little moment that, and he was about to launch into another long lecture, and people were walking away. And I said, can you see what you're doing? You are purposely alienating people and then blaming them for walking away. You're the person that's making them walk away. Take responsibility. Oh, no, they're just ignorant, and I'm challenging their superannuation and I'm challenging this and that. And there was no talking to him because he knew better, and everybody else was wrong, and the world was getting at him, and the fact that he wasn't successful in life, I don't know where he was living, but I don't think it was a very nice place. Might have been a park bench by the look of him. And all it would have taken was for him to stop and listen. And not just to me, but to the idea that he's not a victim, that he's a creator. Life doesn't happen to him, but it happens for him. And to start taking power back. Because we all have that power to have life acting for us. And I'll probably do another one tomorrow about something that happened to me the day before that, on the Saturday. And I had a moment of victimhood. And it was a terrible moment, but it was a wonderful moment because I eventually got myself out of it. And so it was quite interesting that I had my moment of victimhood, climbed out of it on the Saturday, and the Sunday, then my mirror turned up, showing me what it was like to see somebody else who was in victimhood, and how I possibly had pushed people away by my victimhood on the Saturday. So life is a mirror. It happens there for us. Life happens for us, not to us. And that is all I have to say. So I wish you a life happening for you. and I bless you and all who sail in her.